Good afternoon, students. Am I audible? Yes, Sakshi?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, students. Today there was no DE lecture, so we are going to conduct the practical. We'll wait for 5 minutes till other student join the practical and then we will begin. Good afternoon, students. You can find the virtual lab link in the chat box. Just now I have shared the link with you. Today we are going to perform CB and CE characteristic of BJT. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Kushi. Sorry, thank you, Sakshi. Thank you. Now we'll begin with the practical. Previously, we have seen the basics of this CB and CE configuration. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. We'll directly start the simulation. We have gone through the procedure also. So for this BJT input and output characteristic, we are going to perform input as well as output characteristic. When we are going to perform input characteristic, that time we are going to keep output constant. And when we are going to perform output characteristic, that time we are going to keep input constant. Okay. So this is the diagram of common emitter. Why this circuit is called as common emitter? Yes, students, tell me. Tell me. You can unmute your device or you can write the answer in chat box. Why this circuit is called as common emitter configuration? Write down the answer in chat box. Observe the circuit diagram carefully and write down the answer in chat box. Why this circuit is called as common emitter? Yes, write down. Yes, the emitter is grounded and hence this circuit is called as common emitter configuration. Very good, Sakshi. Good. Others also can write the answer in chat box. Very good. Here you can see the emitter is grounded. The emitter is connected to ground and hence this circuit is called as common emitter. And as emitter is grounded, input is applied to base and output is taken at collector. So if you have seen the input is applied to base, so the input current is IB. The IB is input current. The input voltage is voltage between base to emitter, that is VBE. Output is taken at collector, so output current is IC and output voltage is voltage between collector and emitter, that is VCE. So first we will perform the input characteristic. For input characteristic, we are going to keep output constant and we have seen the characteristic also. Okay, we have gone through the characteristic of CE configuration. I'll show you the characteristic also. The input characteristic is same as forward characteristic of PN junction diode. So here you can see this is the input characteristic. Can you see the characteristic? Can you see the characteristic here, student? So here you can see this input characteristic is same as forward characteristic of PN junction diode. So here you can see as we increase the voltage, input voltage, the current starts flowing through the transistor and after 0.6 and 0.7 there is a exponentially increase in the input current. Okay, so this is the characteristic when the output voltage is 0. Okay, so first we are going to keep the VC at 0 volt. So first we will keep this VC at 0 volt. So already the VC is at 0 volt. See over here, it's 0. Okay, so for changing this voltage, you can see there is one potentiometer, that is a RH2, or you can call it as rheostat. You can call it as rheostat or potentiometer. So by changing this resistor, you can change the output voltage. And by changing the RH1, you can change the input voltage, VBE. Okay. Now initially we are going to keep output voltage 0. So keep this voltage 0 and now change the input voltage. And if you are seeing the input voltage, the input side is forward bias. See, the base is connected to positive terminal of battery and this emitter is connected to negative terminal. This is which transistor, student? Tell me. Identify the transistor and write down the answer in chat box. This is which type of transistor? Observe the circuit diagram. Write down the answer in chat box. This is which type of transistor? No, that it's not a CB. CB is a configuration common base Atharva. I am asking type of transistor. It's a BJT, correct? It's a bipolar junction transistor. But in BJT there are two types. Manali, very good. Jacinta, correct. Manali, Jacinta has given correct answer. Correct, Mansi. Correct, Gaurav. Very good. So this is NPN transistor as arrow is away from the base. So collector is N, base is P and emitter is also N. So NPN. So base is P and emitter is N. So here you can see. Here you can see the base is P and emitter is N. N, P, N. So this P and N, this P is connected to positive and this emitter N is connected to negative and hence this junction is forward bias. So here you will get a characteristic same as PN junction forward bias characteristic. So we are going to change this input voltage in steps of 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 up to 2 volt. Okay, so first we will take the reading at 0.1. So by using this rheostat, see it's a 5 ohm and for 5 ohm change it. Okay, and now you can see over here by changing this RH1 you can change this VBE. So now this VBE is at 0.1. Okay, so add this value to table. So we have added the value, but this value is not getting added. Why this value is not getting added? Because there is zero voltage at the output side. The VC is completely zero. So first we have to make the resistance at least 1 ohm because each voltmeter current meter has some resistance. So you have to take it. We have to consider that. So keep the RH2 at 1 ohm and then take the reading. So this is the reading. Okay, here you can see the VC is at 0.1. The 0.1 is nothing but approximately 0. And first reading is VB is 0.1. You are getting base current as 2.3. Okay. Now we are going to make the VBE 0.2. So slowly change the RH1 and take a reading for 0.2. Point 2. Okay. Here we get the value VBE 0.2 and again add it to the table. Likewise, change it to 0.3. 0.3. Now for 0.3, you are getting current as a 3.70. It's a still in micro. Okay. Add it to the table. Note that we are keeping the output voltage constant. Now take the reading for 0.4, 0.4, add it to the table. Then again take the reading for 0.5, add to the table. We are going to take the reading up to 1.5. In 6. 0.7. See, after 0.7 you will get a exponential increase in the current, okay, after 0.7. Now you will not get a exponential increase. Why? Here you will continuously get a current in microampere because the VCE is 0. The VCE is 0. So this is nothing but a cutoff region. Okay. So here you will get a smaller current only. 0.9, add it to the table. Then 1 volt, add it to the table. See. And then we'll directly take a 1.2, 1.2 add, then 1.4, 1.4 add it to the table. See, so this I will here very small current is flowing through the transistor because the VCE is 0. Okay, so these many readings you have to take, and last reading is 2 volt. 2 volt add to the table. So you have to take total 15 readings. So these 15 readings are for VCE or for VCE 0.1. Okay. Now plot the characteristic. Now plot the characteristic. See, the characteristic is like this. It's like a forward characteristic of PN junction diode. Okay. Now take a screenshot of this. Okay. So this is the screenshot or characteristic for VCE is 0.1. Now we are going to keep the VCE 5 volt. Okay. So for that again you have to make the input voltage 0. So before changing output value we are going to make this 0. Okay. So now we are going to clear all the readings. Okay, because first we have kept this VC at 0.1 volt. We have taken the entire set of input characteristic. Now we are going to keep RH10 and we are going to clear because now we are going to keep this VC at 5 volt. Okay, so for 5 volt change the RH2. Change the RH2. Set it to 5 volt. Okay. Now we have kept the VCE constant at 5 volt, and now again we are not going to change it. We are not going to change this RH2. We are going to keep it constant. And now again we are going to check the effect of VCE on the input characteristic. So start changing RH1. First we will take the reading for 0.1. Add it to the table. Okay. Then take reading for 0.2, add it to the table. Same set of reading we are going to take. 0.3 add it to the table. 0.4 add. 0.5 add. So here you can see the current will increase drastically, exponentially after 0.7. See, 0.6. 0.7. After 0.7 you will get a 0.8 exponential increase. 90 add it to the table. So 1, and then we are going to take the reading for 1.2. 1.2 R to the table. See, there is a exponential change. Then 1.4. You can perform the practical from mobile also, student. The virtual lab also works on the mobile. Okay, 1.6. 1.8 and then 2 volt. Okay, so these are the readings for VCE 5 volt. We have kept the VCE constant at 5 volt and we have performed the input characteristic, and now we are going to plot it. So if you have seen, this is the characteristic for VCE 5 volt. So here you can see, as we increase the VCE, the characteristic shifted outward side. See over here, same you are getting here, the characteristic tilted more. Okay, so this is the characteristic for VCE is 5 volt. Now we are going to keep the VCE at 10 volt. So again clear the readings. Okay, clear the readings and now keep the VCE at 10 volt by changing RH2. So change it to 10 volt. Okay, and then again perform input characteristic by changing RH1. First take the reading for 0.1. Add to the table. See here VC is 10 volt and we are performing input characteristic. Now change it to 0.2. Add to the table. Again 0.4. Then 0.6. 0.8. Again 15 readings we are going to take. Add to the table. Okay. Here we are going to take 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, 0.6 up to 1, and then we are going to take the readings in steps of 2. 1.2, 1.4, okay. Then 1.2, add to the table. 1.4. 1.6. 1.8 and last. Okay, 2 volt add. So here again you can see slowly increases there, and after that there is an exponential increase after 0.7. Okay, now plot the characteristic. So here you can see it's a same graph, same as that of your forward characteristic of PN junction diode. See, so we have performed the input characteristic by keeping output voltage constant, that is VC at 0 volt. Then we have changed the VBE in steps of 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 1, then 1.2, 1.4 up to 2 volt. Then we have plotted it. Take a screenshot for VC is equal to 0. Then clear the readings. Then clear the readings by pressing the clear button over here. Okay. And then again change the VC for 5 volt. Again perform the input characteristic by changing VBE and take the values for IB. Okay. Now after taking values for 5 volt, clear the reading. Again you will get graph like this here. Okay. And after this again clear the reading and keep the voltage for 10 volt. So here for VC is 0 volt, not 0 exactly. We have taken readings for 0.1 volt. First keep the VC at 0.1 volt. Perform the input characteristic. Then clear the reading. Then again make the VC 5 volt. Perform the input characteristic. Again make the VC 10 volt and perform the input characteristic. So for 0.1, 15 readings we have taken, 5 volt 15 readings we have taken, and 10 volt again 15 readings we have taken. So total 45 readings you have to take. You have to just take a screenshot of this table, of this screen, as well as the plot. Okay, so for input characteristic, there are 3 tables. One table for VCE for 0.1, one table for VCE 5 volt, and one table for VCE 10 volt, and 3 input characteristic plot should be there. Okay, everybody understood the input characteristic? Yes. If you have any doubt, then I'll explain it again. Yes, Rishikesh?
No, ma'am.
No doubt. Okay. So now we will perform the output characteristic. Click on BJT output characteristic. Now here we are going to perform output characteristic. For output characteristic, same diagram is there. Okay, but instead of keeping input voltage constant, now we are going to keep input current constant, because input current affects on output current, as IC is beta times of IB. So we are going to keep IB constant, and we are going to take reading for this output side. Okay, so again this RH1 is used to change the current, and RH2 is used to change the voltage. Okay, so first we are going to take the reading for 0 microampere. So here you have to at least take 1 ohm to turn on the circuit, and then start performing the experiment. So here you can see the current is initially 10 microampere. This is 10 microampere. For 0, so for 1 ohm, here you are getting 10 microampere. So here we will take the readings for 10 microampere. We are going to keep it constant, and now we are going to change this side. We are going to change this side. We are going to change the VCE by changing the RH2. So first we will take reading for 1 volt. The VCE is 0.4. The output side is reverse bias. You can see over here. NPN. This N is connected to positive. N is connected to positive. So this side is reverse bias. And hence we are going to take the readings in steps of 1 volt, 2 volt up to 8 volt. Okay. So change the resistance and change the resistance till you get a 1 volt. So now VC is 1 volt, and now we are going to add this value to table. So add it to the table. So here we have keep the base current constant at 10 microampere, and VC we make 1 volt. Now change it to 2 volt. Change it to 2 volt and add it to the table. Then change it to 4 volt. First take reading for 3, 1, 2, 3. For 3. Take the reading, add to the table, then take the reading for 4 volt. Add to the table. So we are going to take the reading up to 8 volt or 10 volt, 5 volt, then 6, add to the table. We are going to take the reading up to, see, after that the current is remaining constant. Yes, gradually there is increase in current, and once the IC reach to value beta times of IB, you will get a constant current. Then make the current to 9 volt. Sorry, voltage to 9 volt. characteristic. Add to the table, and then last reading 10. Add it to the table. So 10 reading you have to take for IB is equal to 10 microampere. Take a screenshot of this and then plot the characteristic. So if you plot the characteristic will look like this. Initially there is increase in current, and after that the current is constant. And here we have seen this characteristic. This is the characteristic of CB. Give me a minute, student. So this is the output characteristic of BJT. See, similarly we are going to perform for IB 20 micro and IB 30 micro. We are going to take 3 sets of reading. Same sets of reading. This set of reading we have taken for 10 microampere. Now we are going to clear the reading. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in between, students. Okay. Give me a minute, student. Now we are going to take the reading for 20 microampere. So clear all this reading and change the RH2. We are going to keep input current to 20 microampere. So change RH2 till we get 20 microampere over here. Check here. Change it till we'll get a 20 micro. Okay. So here we are getting 20 micro. Now we are not going to change this RH1, and we are going to take the readings for output characteristic by changing VCE. So here we are going to change the VCE by changing this RH2. Okay, so first we are going to set the voltage for 1 volt, add it to the table. Okay, then take the voltage for 2, again add to the table. Give me a minute, student. Now we are going to change the RH2 and we'll see. Now change till we get till we get 3 volt. Okay, so see over here we get the 3 volt. Okay, and for these 3 volt we are going to check the IC. So add it to the table. So for 3 volt you are getting IC as a 9.87 milliampere. Now we are going to take the reading for 4 volt. So 4 volt, add it to the table. So similarly go for 5 volt, add to the table. 6. So for 7 volt, see over here, after this 4 volt you are getting a constant voltage, sorry, constant current, as you are getting IC beta times of IB. So once the IC reaches to beta times of IB, you will get a constant current. Now for 8 volt, we'll add it to the table. Okay, so after that you will get a constant current only. So that region is called as active region. volt, and last 10. So these 10 readings we have taken for IB 20 microampere. For 20 microampere we have taken this reading. Okay. Now we are going to plot it. See, the characteristic shifted over here because for 20 microampere you are getting IC as a 92.32 milliampere. So the current get amplified. So see over here the current value is amplified. Correct? So here as you increase the IB, the IC also goes on increasing. So this is the characteristic for 20 microampere. Similarly, now we are going to clear it, and same set of reading we are going to take for 30 micro. So how you are going to make 30? Yes, tell me. Anyone can tell me? Unmute your device or write down the answer in chat box. How you are going to make this IB 30 microampere? By changing which potentiometer or which rheostat? Yes, write down the answer in chat box. Yes, very good Jacinta, Manali. Very good Devansh. Correct Mansi. Good. So by changing this RH1, we can change this IB. So change it and change till we get the 30 microampere. Okay. Now it's 30 microampere. Now we are not going to change it. Okay. We are going to keep input constant. And now we are going to change the output voltage. So for changing output voltage, we are going to change it RH2. So again start taking reading, make it 1 volt. Okay, add it to the table. So here we are going to take 10 readings for 30 microampere. And see over here, the current is also increasing. So that's what we want to observe. Now change the voltage to 2 volt, add to the table, make it 3 volt, add to the table, 4, add to the table. Same set of reading we are going to take for this, add to the table. See, after that the current starts remaining constant. The current gets constant value 8. So after that if you change you will get constant current only because transistor is in active region. So here we have taken 10 readings for IB 30 microampere. See over here the current is increased. For 20 microampere you got the constant value 92. But here for 30 microampere you get the constant value as 168 micro. So as you increase the IB, the IC is also going to get increased. Okay. So now we are going to plot these readings. So if you check out the characteristic, you will get the characteristic like this. Initially the current will increase and after that the current will remain constant. Understood? So here again you have to take 3 screenshot for this, or you have to take 3 screenshot. One for IB is equal to 10 microampere, then IB is equal to 20, IB is equal to 30. 10 readings each. So you have to take total 30 readings and 3 screenshot for each plot. One plot for 10 microampere IB, one plot for 20 microampere IB, and this is the third plot. This is the third plot when we kept IB at 30 microampere. Everybody understood this? Yes? Write down your answer in chat box. So here we have performed input and output characteristic of CE configuration. Yes, thank you, Mansi. Thank you, Jacinta. So in this way, you have to perform BJT CE input and output characteristic. Okay. So total 6 screenshot you are going to take for input characteristic and 6 screenshot for output characteristic. 3 screenshot of this experiment table along with this diagram and 3 screenshot of this VI characteristic plot. Okay, so total 6 screenshot for this output characteristic and 6 screenshot for input characteristic. So this experiment you need to take total 12 screenshot. Okay, and attach those screenshot to our lab manual. Now, Rishikesh, have you understood this experiment?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you, Rishikesh. Now we will perform CB characteristic. The CB characteristics exactly same as the C, only you will get change in the characteristic. Only you will get change in output characteristic. You will get input characteristic same as CE only. Okay, because input characteristic is same as forward characteristic of PN junction diode, but you will get different output characteristic. So we will perform BJT common base characteristic. So it's a 12 experiment in this virtual lab. Okay, procedure is same. We will directly go to simulation. So in simulation again there are two simulation, BJT input characteristic and BJT output characteristic. Click on BJT input characteristic. Now here you can see the diagram is different. The diagram is really different. Yes, Atharva. Now tell me, this is it a CB or CE configuration? Atharva?
CB.
Yes, now it's a CB configuration. Okay. So always observe the diagram carefully. So here you can see the base terminal is grounded. So this is CB configuration. As base is grounded, we have to apply input to emitter and we need to take output to collector. And here we have connected one ammeter to measure the input current, one voltmeter to measure input voltage between emitter and base, one ammeter to measure output current, one voltmeter to measure voltage between collector and base VCB. The procedure is same for this input characteristic. Okay, for input characteristic, what is the procedure? Anyone can explain? Yes, tell me. Just now I explained the input characteristic of CB. Same procedure is there for CB. Who is going to tell me? Unmute your device and tell me. Yes, students. Tell me the procedure. Which value we are going to keep constant? And which value we are going to change and which value we are going to observe? You can unmute your device or write down the answer in chat box. Yes, Rohan, very good. Rohan has given the answer. Change RH1 and keep RH2 constant. Very good. Means we are keeping RH2 constant. In which value we are keeping constant? That is correct. We are keeping RH2 constant. So by keeping RH2 constant, which value we are making constant? Write down that value. Write down that parameter. Correct, Devansh. Very good. Very good. We are keeping VCB constant. Very good, Mansi. So here we are going to keep output voltage constant, that is VCB. And which value we are going to change? Which value we are going to change? At input side? and which value we are going to observe for input characteristic. Very good, Devansh. Good. Yes, correct, Rohan. We are going to change VBE and we are going to observe which parameter? We are going to observe which parameter? Write down the answer in chat box. Yes, we are going to change VBE by making VCB constant. So we are going to change VBE and which value we are going to observe? Which parameter we are going to observe? Yes, correct, Mansi. Very good. We are going to observe IE. We are going to keep this VCB constant and we are going to change this VBE and we are going to observe IE. We are going to change input voltage and we are going to observe input current. Okay. So we will begin with the practical. First we will keep this constant by changing RH2. Okay. Keep it at 0.1 volt. So first keep it at 0.1 volt and change the input voltage by changing RH1. Okay, and take the reading of IE. We are going to, this is forward bias, so we are going to take the VB in steps of 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 up to 1 volt. And then we are going to take the reading in 0.2 steps. So make it 0.1, okay, and note down the IE. Add it to the table, okay. So see over here, we are going to make the VCB constant and we are going to change the VBE in steps of 0.1. Now make it 0.2, take the reading, okay. Similarly, we are going to take the reading 3. 0.5, 0.9. So again we are going to take 15 readings, students. 10, 1 volt, and now we are going to change in steps of 0.2. So 1.2, 1.4, and see there is an exponential change in the current, like the forward characteristic of PN junction diode. Then change it to 1.8 and last reading is 2. Okay, add it to the table. So these 15 readings we are going to take for VCB 0.1 and then plot the characteristic. Okay, so see the characteristic looks like forward characteristic of PN junction diode. Give me a minute, students. Student, here we have taken reading for 0.1 VCB. Now we are going to clear it. Am I audible? Yes, Rishikesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So now we are going to take same set of reading, clear it. Okay, clear all the values. And now it's not getting clear, so we will reload the page. Okay, so if the values are not getting clear, you have to reload the page. Okay, now we are going to keep the VCB at 5 volt by changing RH2. So by changing this RH2 make the VCB 5 constant 5 volt. Okay, so change it till we get a 5 volt over here. See, now the VCB is 5 volt. Now the VCB is 5 volt. And now we are going to change the VBE. Okay, now we are going to change the VB in steps of again 0.1, 0.2 up to 1, and then 1.2, 1.4 up to 2. Okay, now it's 0.1. Add to the table. So see over here 5 volt. The VCB is constant 5 volt and the VBE is 0.1. Then now change it to 0.2. Add to the table. 0.3. Again same set of reading we are going to take 0.4, and see you will get a graph like PN junction characteristic forward bias 0.6. So again we are going to take 15 readings for this 0.7, 0.8, 0.9 and 1 volt. Then we are going to change in steps of 0.2. So 1.2, 1.2, 4, 1.6, and see you are getting an exponential change the current 1.8, and last is 2 volt. See over here you are getting an exponential change. Now plot the characteristic, and the characteristic will look like forward characteristic of PN junction diagram. Okay, so same set of reading we are going to take for 10 volt. Okay, so here we are going to take 15 readings for 0.1 volt, then this 15 readings for 5 volt, then same 15 readings, set of 15 readings for 10 volt. Okay, and so here you have to take screenshot, 3 screenshot, 0.1 for 1.1, then for 5 volt, and then for 3 volt, and 3 screenshot for this VI characteristic, one for 0.1, one for 5 volt, and one for 10 volt. Okay, so total 6 screenshot for there for this CB input characteristic. So is there any doubt, students? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Yes, Harshali, any doubt?
No.
RH2. VCB. Rohan is asking how many values we have to take for by changing this RH2. We are changing this RH2 for getting the value VCB 0.1. Then we are changing it to take VCB 5 volt. Then again change it to take the reading for 10 volt. Okay, these set of reading we have taken for 5 volt. Okay, and then again clear the reading and change the RH2 so that you will get 10 volt on the VCB. So three times you have to change the RH2. Okay, only 3 times you have to change the RH2 because we are making the output voltage constant, and then we are performing the input characteristic. So we are taking 3 sets of reading. So only 3 times you have to change the RH2. One time we are going to make it 0.1 by changing this. Then we are going to make it at 5 volt, and then we are making it to 10 volt. Okay, and we are taking 15 reading by changing this RH2. Is there any doubt? Yes, any doubt? Harshali is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you understood, Harshali?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here we have performed CB input characteristic. Now we are going to perform CB output characteristic. Okay, so for output characteristic, same experiment is there, experiment setup is same, but instead of keeping output voltage constant, here we are going to change, we are going to keep input current constant. So here we are going to keep I constant, and we are going to change this output voltage, and we are going to observe the output current. So first we will keep the emitter current by changing RH1. We are going to keep it at 10 or 1 milliampere. Okay, first reading will take the reading for 1 milliampere. Okay, so keep the I to 1 milliampere. See over here, by changing RH1, I made this I to 1 milliampere. So by changing RH1, keep the I1 to 1 value. Change it till you will get I1. Okay, so now the I is 1 milliampere. So now we are not going to change it. We are going to keep it constant because this I affects on this IC. So we are going to keep it constant, and now we are going to change this output voltage and observe this output current. So this is the reverse biasing. The output side, the collector side is reverse bias. So we are going to change the output voltage in steps of 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt. Okay, up to 4 volt we are going to take the reading. So change the RH2 and make the VCB first to 0.5. We'll take first 0.5 reading. Okay, first we'll take 0.5 reading, then add to the table. So see over here, your emitter current is 1 milliampere, and we make the VCB 0.5. Now change it to 1 volt. Take the reading for 1 volt. Add to the table. Now change it to 2 volt. Add to the table, then 3 volt. Add to the table, and then 4 volt. Add to the table. So these many readings we are going to take, and also take one more reading, 4.5. Okay, 0.5. So here you can see initially the current is increasing, and then this current is remaining constant. Okay, from this 2 volt the current remains constant. So same characteristic you will get over here. Okay, now plot the characteristic. See, you will get a same characteristic. So here if you have seen for 1 milliampere, see over here, for 1 milliampere emitter current you are getting IC as a 1 milliampere because IE is approximately equal to IC. IE is or IC is approximately equal to IE, and therefore if you have seen, you are getting the collector current approximately equal to IC. So here you have to check this. Okay, so this is the first set of reading for output characteristic of CB. Now we are going to clear the readings, and now we are going to make the IE 2 milliampere by changing this RH1. So change it and make it to 2 milliampere. See, now we kept the IE to 2 milliampere. Now change the RH2 and take the reading for IC in steps of 0.5. First we are going to take 0.5 and then we are going to 0.5, add to the table. See, we made the IE 2 milliampere. Now we change the VCB to 0.5. Now change it to 1 volt. 1 volt. Add to the table. Then change it to 2 volt. Add to the table. Then 3 volt. Then 4 volt. And last reading is 4.5. So here we are getting 5 also. So we will take 5 volt. Okay. So again here we are getting 6. Take reading for 7. See over here take up to 8 readings. Take 8 readings. So here you can see again you will get your applied. You are keeping the input current 2 milliampere and you are getting output current same as the input current because IC is approximately equal to IE. So here we are going to take 8 readings. Okay. So this is the second set of reading and we are going to plot it. See over here. You are getting IC equal to IE because it's a common base. The base current is very small. It's negligible as base is thin and lightly doped. Okay. So you will get IC equal to the IE. Okay. This is the second set of reading. Now the last set of reading, clear it, and now we are going to make the IE 3 milliampere. First we keep the IE at 1 milliampere, then 2 milliampere. Now we are going to keep it to 3 milliampere. Now it's at 3 milliampere and we are going to take reading, same reading. 0.5. Okay. And add to the table. And then we are going to make it 1 volt. Then 2 volt. Then next 3 volt. Four volt. Okay. 4 volt and then 5 and then 6. We are going to take 8 readings. Okay. Okay. So total 8 readings we are going to take, and here you can see we get the IC approximately equal to IE, and then we are going to plot it. So here you can see as you increase the IE, IC is also increasing, and that IC is approximately equal to IE as the base current is very small and the base is very thin and small, and hence the IB is negligible. Okay. So here for output characteristic you have to take 3 screenshot for IE is equal to 1 milliampere, 2 milliampere and 3 milliampere. So 3 screenshot of this table and 3 screenshot of this VI characteristic. So total screenshot you have to take for this CB output characteristic. If you have any doubt you can ask me. So here we have completed the CB input and output characteristic also. If you have any doubt you can ask me, student. Harshali, Rushikesh, have you understood both of the practical? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we will stop here. I have already given the virtual lab link in the chat box. So perform both of the practical, take the screenshot, attach the screenshot in the manual, attach the screenshot to lab manual. Okay, in next week I am going to tell you the mode of submission. Okay. Yes, any doubt, any query? Yes, Shreya?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you understood both of the practical? Any query from your side?
No, ma'am. Everything is clear.
Okay. So we will stop here, student. Perform both of the practical. Okay, today itself. And also take the screenshot. You can perform those practical from your mobile also. So take care and stay healthy, everybody. Bye, students.